Hey guys, and welcome back to HairHoney. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about one of the main causes, especially in women, of hair loss. Now, in addition to talking about one of the main causes of hair loss, I wanted to talk to you about how to know if this is affecting you, the best way to test for it, what to take for it, and what are the side effects of those medications that you're going to take. So we're going to start off with what is the main source of hair loss. Now, the main source of hair loss, especially for females, guys, is going to be hormonal imbalances. Now, your hormones function from your adrenal glands. So testing your adrenal glands with an endocrinologist or a naturopath or an integrative health doctor is going to be the best way of figuring it out. Now, hormone imbalances can range from high estrogen to low estrogen to high testosterone to low testosterone to an overproduction of progesterone. So there's a lot of different things that could be causing hair loss within the hormonal factor. Now, low testosterone can lead to hair loss. High testosterone can lead to hair loss. Low estrogen can lead to hair loss, as well as high estrogen can lead to hair loss. So you really want to figure out and take the best kind of test to figure out exactly what you are going through. Now, moving on to the second part, how to know if your hair loss is hormonal. Now, there's different types of hair loss, and as I discussed in another video, guys, there is androgenic alopecia, alopecia areata, alopecia totalis, alopecia universalis, as well as telogen effluvium. Now, you can really start to tell the beginning signs of hormonal hair loss typically mean that you're losing hair on the sides of your head as well as the crown and kind of overall thinning. Now, alopecia areata can come in different forms. It can come in all over thinning, or it can come in patchy bald spots all over. So distinguishing the two is pretty easy when you're looking and addressing your hair loss. Now, it is good to get tested for just about any kind of hair loss, and that is done through different ways. More often than not, when we go to the doctor, they typically tell us if it is hormonal, which they don't know because they never test. They typically say it's female pattern baldness, male pattern baldness. There's nothing you can do. Take some Rogaine, Minoxidil, and those guys will work for you as long as you keep using them and don't stop. Now, the problem with this is, number one, it doesn't actually test anything to figure out what is going on. Number two, it shows that there is absolutely no cure for hair loss, which is 100% incorrect. There is a cure for hair loss, especially when it comes to hormonal hair loss. Hormonal hair loss, once you test for it and you know what you are deficient or too high in, you can start treating for that, and hopefully the hair loss will subside as well as get better, and maybe you will start recognizing new hair growth. So moving on to the best way to test. If you guys think you are having hormonal hair loss, there is a special test, and this test is not made for hair loss, but it will give you a breakdown of the entire endocrine system as well as your adrenal glands, which is where your hormones are housed. So the test that you guys are going to want to look for is the Dutch test. Now, ordering the Dutch test you cannot do alone. You have to do through a provider of some sort. Now, in the description, guys, I always include a link to my doctor. She can help you order this test. She is going to have to charge a fee for that, and the test is, I think, around $400. So it is kind of pricey, but when it comes to hair loss, I am willing to try anything, as I'm sure most of you guys are willing to try anything. Now, I have done the Dutch test probably like 5 times, and it's for different reasons, but I always like to check on my hormones as well. The Dutch test gives a comprehensive view, and I'll include an overlay right here, a comprehensive view of your estrogen metabolism, your testosterone metabolism, your progesterone, your cortisol, all these things that make up your adrenal glands, as well as DHT levels. And DHT is like the nail in the coffin for hair loss. And I say this, guys, because certain estrogens, mainly testosterone, can be metabolized in a way that creates DHT. Now, I will put the exact word right here, but I'm not going to go ahead and butcher it. I just call it DHT. Now, what DHT does is it acts like a concrete, and it fills the follicle so no blood flow can get through. When no blood flow is allowed through, what happens is the hair follicle begins to shrink and shrink and shrink and fall out, and eventually the follicle can close, which can lead to permanent hair loss. Now, high levels of DHT is probably the most widespread hormonal form of hair loss. So, going back to the test that you should take, guys, the Dutch test is the best test and the most comprehensive test for testing your adrenal glands and all of the different metabolites and hormones within it. So you're going to want to do this either through a provider, or you can try and ask your normal doctor to run one of these tests. And if not, if you need to go to a doctor through insurance because financially you're not there, then you can go to an endocrinologist, which will take insurance, and you can ask for them to do the Dutch test. Now, their reading on the Dutch test might not be great. Every time I go to these doctors trying to use my insurance and I bring them the results of my test, more often than not, they're like, well, I don't know how to read this. And I'm like, how do you not know how to read this? This is talking about my estrogen and my testosterone and my adrenal glands, and you're an endocrinologist, which deals in the endocrine system. So beyond that, dermatologist will not help you. Endocrinologist might be able to help you at least get the testing so that you can figure it out by yourself. The dermatologist can't help, allergists can't help, most gynos can't help, most doctors cannot help you with this, and that is because they do not dig deep enough to actually figure out what is actually going on in the body so that we can make a proactive plan to solve it. So moving on to what to take. Now talking about hormonal hair loss, there's going to be several videos that I put out on hormonal hair loss because there is different side effects of different things and different telling signs of different things. Now, overall, when you think you have hormonal hair loss, the number one thing to attack, and you can do this without any side effects or hurting yourself, is DHT production. Now, DHT production is a multifaceted thing, and you really want to attack it from different levels. So from a topical level, one of the most important and best things that you can do for your hair is either hair oiling or special tinctures and different kinds of topical creams to prevent DHT from building up on the scalp. Another thing that you are really going to want to do is make sure that your scalp is always clean and detoxified. So you're not dealing with oily scalp or dandruff or anything like that. Anything that can cause an infection that can hinder your scalp health will also hinder your hair growth. So for DHT production, what you really want to take in terms of topicals, and I am 100% natural across the board now because minoxidil and phystinerine, they can cause bad allergic reactions on the scalp. They cause dandruff, itching, burning. If you stop it, your hair starts falling out again, and it's filled with a bunch of nasty chemicals. It's not sustainable. So the most sustainable thing to be doing as a topical for hair loss or DHT-driven hair loss is going to be things like rosemary waters, rosemary oils, onion water, even flaxseed gel that you can make all of these at home. Now, my personal favorite and 100% of the way is going to be rosemary oil, as well as I make rosemary waters. And this is very easy. It really just consists of either adding beneficial oils and then rosemary essential oils, or just boiling some rosemary down and creating a nice tea out of it and then putting it in a spray bottle and spraying it throughout the hair. In addition to that, guys, I also like to take a little bit of rosemary essential oils, lavender, as well as peppermint, and put a couple drops in my shampoo and conditioner. Now, shampoo and conditioner is a whole nother topic, and we'll talk about that another time. But in addition to that, guys, you can start taking things that help with DHT orally. And things that bring down DHT orally are stinging nettle, saw palmetto, horsetail. Those are amongst some of the best natural DHT inhibitors for internal use. Now, I make my own teas that have a lot of these in them, as well as make my own hair oils as well as that. Now, my hair oils are about to go on sale on Amazon, guys. I will include a link down below. I'm having some trouble with Amazon right now, but I've seen a lot of success in terms of my shedding currently with my hair oil that I currently make, and it is 100% natural. But back to the point. All of those medications that I said, so it's really rosemary oil, pumpkin seed oil, and you guys can do your own research on some of the top DHT blockers, and I will also make another video on the top DHT blockers, both topically as well as orally, that you can take. Now, once you guys get your test results back, you're really going to want to figure out what is going on. So when your test results come back, you will see if you are too high in estrogen, too low in estrogen, too high in testosterone, too low in testosterone, as well as progesterone. Now, guys, I will make individual videos for each of these and the best things to do for each of them. I have studied my butt off for the last 3 years trying to stop my hair loss as well as my other medical problems, which my hair loss is a result of my other medical problems throwing everything else out of balance. So I will continue to make videos on each specific thing: low testosterone, high testosterone, low estrogen, and high estrogen, and the best ways to treat each of those, as well as the side effects that come with them, just in case you guys think you might have them. You might want to get tested. If you don't want to get tested, there will be recommendations on things to take that might not have as many side effects as some of the other things to take. So guys, I hope you found this video informative. Make sure to click the like, click the subscribe, comment below. It would be greatly appreciated. I'm trying to help people that suffer from hair loss like you and me get to the bottom of their issues as well as solving them in the most natural and most sustainable way. So thank you guys so much for watching HairHoney, and I hope you have a wonderful day.